Mirella Freni, one of the last great Italian soprano voices. With her, we lost one of the most interesting voices for the soprano tessitura. She was contemporary to many of the great singers of the past century as well. One can recall her mainly for her lyrical soprano roles, and I think that's what she achieved best. And I'm going to go back to that in a second, because I also wanted to mention that not only she was a singer of a great quality in her voice, a very solid technique, but also, and maybe more important than the two other characteristics, is that she was a very smart singer. You find in Mirella Freni a very intelligent singer who knew what battles to fight. She wouldn't just jump into any opera only because it was offered to her. She understood what her voice could do, what the level of maturity she had in her voice in order to accept or decline roles. For instance, she declined to sing Il Trovatore. She knew she didn't have a great coloratura agilities. Why would she expose herself in roles where she wouldn't be at her best? She didn't go really for bel canto roles. Why exposing herself to that repertoire when she could have La Bohème, when she could sing a very good Cho-Cho-San in Madama Butterfly? Why going for other roles when she was a very well achieved Adriana Lecouvreur? Why playing with other roles when she could sing one of the very few Italian singers, when she could sing Picavaya Dama? I have shared in the past that I am not so satisfied with the Italian sound of her voice, forget the language, but the Italian sound of her voice for the Russian repertoire, but still she achieves something very good in that opera. Not of my taste, but I think her voice was very good for that. And along with those roles, she also sang Otello. Of course, the role of the soprano in Otello is not just for any voice. Why not recalling her Don Carlo? Her singing in Don Carlo is what one expects from a very mature, intelligent singer who knows how to play, how to sing with her voice. And that was Mirella Freni. Of course, you can recall her from a couple of movie recordings, more cinematographic recordings in Chocho-san, as well as she does for that very spectacular recording of Le Nozze di Figaro. All of those are testimonials of the great intelligence, maturity, technique, and color of her voice. With her passing by in the year 2020, we witnessed the departure of one of the latest and greatest singers of the past century. Why not recalling her Margherita in Faust, Maestro Gounod's opera? Her Margherita is also a great creation. So, my point here is that whenever you look at the recordings of Mirella Freni, it always brings up or it always pops up to you that you are witnessing a very achieved singer. It's not, and I wouldn't like to mention other singers, that you are always wondering if she's going to fail at the si bemol, if her high notes, her la, her G is going to sound well, if she is not going to fail in her middle register. None of that happens when you listen to Mirella Freni. Mirella Freni, sorry to insist, really knew how to work her voice. And from my perspective, one of her greatest achievements, and I am not saying this is the here Adriana Lecouvreur is the greatest Adriana Lecouvreur of all times because even though there are not many great sopranos going for Adriana Lecouvreur, and one can have a taste or a preference maybe for Montserrat Caballé, Tebaldi herself, or any other like Magda Olivero. Uh, Mirella Freni does an spectacular job in her Adriana Lecouvreur. I am going to be sharing with you, and I am going to refer to this Monologo di Fedra, because remember that Adriana Lecouvreur is an artist, is a theater artist in this Adriana Lecouvreur by Maestro Chilea. And the reason why I chose more spoken, a more declamator part of this role is because Adriana Lecouvreur is demanding his super long opera. Adriana is singing in all the acts of the opera. She has a wonderful confrontation scene with the mezzo, but moreover, she has these declamated, acted roles. And Mirella Freni does a great job in this Monologo di Freda, approaching the end of the opera that marks her destiny. In this, we can say, public humiliation that she does to her rival in love, she signs what is going to end up in her death. It takes great character and it takes a great understanding of your voice to be able not only to transmit the great passion of this monologue, but it also takes the singer to understand how his spoken voice works because she comes from these declamated long lines where I am going to do, and then she has to sing a note. So jumping the impostation from that declamation to singing is so spectacular. I really invite you, if you are not that familiar with the art of Mirella Freni, to stop by and watch this very well-known recording of hers along with other great singers of her Adriana Lecouvreur. This is the scene of the monologue.